the truth.
What's up, everybody? This is the second episode of TheWrapUp. I'm here with
Keyshawn,
Detroit,
Jay,
Demir.
and today we're just going to be talking about various things about hip hop and how has it changed over the time, and some of our favorite artists that not influenced, but or changed our lives. I mean, you want to start off?
rapper that changed my life was like Young and May, like Lil Fo, like I mean, this is what they be like rapping about, like how they rapping and stuff like that.
I mean, it's all. I mean, same. I mean, with me, I have rappers like we have the Drakes, we have the Tupacs. There's a lot of history when it comes to music. It has changed a lot, so I just grew with it as much as I can. So I was versatile, listened to a lot of different types of music. So, I mean, that's me. But how about you guys?
Yeah, like I listen to rappers that speak the truth, that just like speak what they believe, like Kodak. Like he speak the truth about himself. So,
When you say the truth, what do you mean about it? Like
what he's living, what he been through. He said it all.
So it's one of those types of things where it's like lay down the foundation and how most things were getting set. I mean,
I've grew. The rapper that changed my life would have to be Tupac. The way he raps about how he came from nothing, how he was poor, and now he gives his mom and the community back everything that he can with his music. So, I mean, I listen to NBA Youngboy and Kodak Black and them, but I would have to say Tupac has changed my life.
I might have to go Tupac too.
Tupac.
Because he started out being a poet, you know what I mean? And then like he changed by the days and experience, and then that's when he became something that he was, and he wanted to be something else. So then he just helped the community like write songs with his mom and stuff, and then they tied him up to some bull stuff. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like Tupac too.
Yeah, I mean, we have our foundation of the people who got us started off with music. I mean, I see with all of us that we all share the same difference of like, oh yeah, we had Tupac that somewhat listened to his music. We had Notorious B.I.G. We had a lot of different various artists that really stringed on what we listen to now. I mean, looking at it, we have a lot to be going, like a lot that we could get out of our music nowadays. I think that most of our music nowadays doesn't have the same purpose that it has back in the day.
I would believe it changed a whole lot throughout the time period. Because now you have most rappers now talk about more or less drugs, women. But back then, rappers talked about how they were nothing, and they give back to the community every time that they...
Like rappers today say less words.
Yeah.
Like rappers today, they worked to get. But I mean, rappers from back then, they worked to get where they was.
Yeah.
Rappers is just coming out.
I
doing
mean, we had
this and
people
that.
like come out of the woodworks and out of nowhere of like, oh yeah, he makes music.
Over one song they come.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, they all have their big things that make them stand out. For example, you have Lil Yachty, his red hair, Lil
his
Pump,
dreads.
and stuff like that. Purple dreads. Like,
Lean, I guess.
do you think it would be different if those people like Notorious B.I.G. and then you had Tupac and even still like Nas still still being like forefronts, gatekeepers, so to say, of like hip hop and what's going on? What happens if they were still around, or like they're still around and still out there in the spotlight? Do you think it would be different at all?
Yeah.
I think it would because like
so.
if they'd have kept making songs and they would have came, they'd have had an influence off them.
Yeah, it would have been a big impact to the new rappers now. Instead of them talking about drugs and whatnot, it will...
I think the core focus would probably be somewhere else. It would just be, or back what it used to be, more of like some type of grind and how my lifestyle went through. I mean, even listening to rappers like NBA, like if you had a scale of like, how do you feel about those rappers? Are they like high up there with you where you could be like, oh yeah, those are...
I don't know. I use like, for example, NBA. I want to compare him to like the greats, but he is like nice at this day and age. Like he is like what most people probably look up to, but you can't compare rappers now to rappers back then. I mean, so like
even with like, I could see what you're trying to get at, but when I think it's just really different. Like when you just, it's going to be very hard to compare some of our artists of today to anybody that have bigger names. I mean, for example, Kodak, he does what he has to do. He makes his money. He makes his music.
Yeah, like if he did music, like if he did like features or other rappers, he'd probably be bigger than that.
It's just like with the steps that they took to get where they're at right now. I mean, they just took different routes. I mean, features, I think features could help out a lot of artists if they actually expand and started to be like, oh yeah, I wanted to work with him or work with them. I think more people are more away from that nowadays. They don't really try to work with other artists. I mean, right now I say there's a big, I don't want to say it's a big problem. It is a problem, but the use of the N-word. How do you guys feel about that?
The use of the N-word, now, Tupac used to use it to like, all right, they called me this or that. People just using it as like a phrase or a funny word nowadays. But that's
Or
what,
as my friends.
yeah,
Or,
that's what people called us though. Black men, and they're using it as funny. It's not funny to use that word.
It's not
That's what I
funny.
mean.
I mean, but there's so many people use it on a daily basis, and I think it's becoming like a huge problem with our society and trying to grow and trying to get to different places in life, because it's how you filter it and how you use it. It's just, it could get you in tough situations. I think in that life you just can't have a simple conversation, or there's so much outrage of someone out of the race if they say it.
Well, if you listen to rappers these days a lot, you would say that word a lot.
Like, I think people, they fit that word in their vocabulary somewhere or a sentence somewhere just to get that word out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would you say that most rappers now, does it influence you to say it more than rappers back then?
Basically, as little kids, they listen to NBA Youngboy. So when NBA Youngboy say, nigga this, nigga that, they're going to take it as that, and they're going to sing that. So I think the bad influence is the now rappers. The good influence was the past rappers.
How do you guys feel if, like, someone, like, for example, there's a white rapper and he uses the N-word? How would you feel in that?
It depends the way he using it. To me. Like, it's not like, oh, he said the N-word, he don't like, black people, but it's the way he used it. And, like, his rhyme scheme or anything like that.
So many people make so much out of it. I mean, sometimes when I see the N-word, and if I do see someone that, like, it doesn't even have to be involved with music, and they use the N-word, I mean, it doesn't really, it depends on the way it's termed and how, the mood of how, what everything is going. It's just, like, I have white friends. I have white friends. And, I understand that,
all
but,
the same.
I mean,
so you feel it's the same then?
I don't believe race is the problem. I just believe it's how most of the rappers grew up in their certain times, and when they heard.
So you guys wouldn't feel any type of way if, I'm just gonna throw it, oh yeah, some white kid in your class.
Probably, like, it depends the way he uses it.
Yeah, if it's not in,
That's the way he uses it. It is the way he
if it's not entitled to offend you, then you shouldn't be worried about it.
What if you never said that word before? You know, one day
Yeah, that's what I mean. What happens if you get one of those days?
It's gonna be funny to me.
It's good. I mean, I seen it in classrooms where they oh my gosh, he just said the word, like.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it happen to me before, but
half of the people that are like, oh my god, like they don't know the word. Listen to the rappers that say that word, because I don't know no rapper this day that doesn't say that word. Except for gospel.
Or like people are so fond about it. It's just, I don't think it should be even the way of using it sometimes. I mean, like people say certain words all the time. It's just there's ways of, in the mood or in the moment of stuff, like people just slip up and say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and it's hard to pull people back. And even though in those situations, because so many people probably want to jump on that kid and get on him busy. Oh yeah, he said the N-word. He's white. I don't think it's just so to say, like that. Those words, like I think they're too much. Like people breathe down on it too much. I mean, it would be good if people flew off of it a little bit.
Especially like when Black Panther came out, every black people they started saying
like that's the movie of Black History Month.
Yeah, but I believe though most people think it's a burden to be a certain color. So that's why certain people listen to certain different genres of music.
That's why, I mean, for example, you know the artist Tyler the Creator? You guys probably never heard of him.
Yeah, I heard it. I know.
Yeah. And one thing that he said before, he in one of his songs he said, just tell these white kids it's all right to be who you are. It doesn't matter. Like you show, I mean, your skin might be black, but one thing that you should do is just be yourself. At the end of the day, it's yourself.
So like, do you think like people should like just stop using the word period?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just put it away, throw it away, throw the key away. I mean, if not, everybody can say it. I think just throw the whole key away, just throw it all away.
Like I feel it's like though that word is just a word because like everybody's bleeding the same, everybody's crying the same, everybody has a place to go, everybody eats. So basically, all it's saying is just that word that gets in between relationships. I think between us and the other people.
So if you were to have a random white person you don't know come up to say one of your ancestors that was a slave, and they called them the N-word, how would you feel about that?
I would feel like I would feel really messed up because like that would make me mad. But, like it's a word. They was a slave. That's past tense. Future's now.
Yeah. So what you're saying is they should just.
It's based on time. But
Yeah.
To jump off that,
We gotta hop on it.
yeah. I mean, to jump to a new category. Let's. Yeah. Oh, so I'm going to be talking about graffiti. Is it art or is it vandalism?
Well, I mean, coming from me, I'm an artist myself, so most of my art will be graffiti. I don't believe the truth.